Toon Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio, and today we are here to give you a workout that you can do in 19 minutes or less. Now this workout isn't for the weak at heart. We want to make sure that you are ready to push yourself to the limits because it is a HIIT training workout. Remember that HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So what you're going to be doing is a 45-second on, 15-second off workout, and that means that you're going to work as hard as you can for 45 seconds with great form. If you start to notice form lacking, then we need to take a break, reset, and get that form back on. And then you'll take a 15-second break before you start the next set. Now, this is composed of 2 combos, so 3 exercises each in a combo. You got combo 1, combo 2, 3 exercises. You would do those 3 times. So you go 45 seconds with exercise 1, 45 seconds with exercise 1, 45 seconds with exercise 1, and then you'd start on exercise 2. By the time that you get to the 3rd one, then we keep that 15-second break. We go straight into that second combo, and by the end of getting through 3 sets of both of those, you'll be at a 19-minute workout. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on how your breaks fall. But for the most part, starting out, you want to make sure that you're going with that. Now, what we're going to be using for this is pretty versatile. We're going to be using some bands. These resistance bands here, they are looped. You could use it with regular resistance bands that have the handles on them and things like that. Completely your choice and what you've got available. When you are using bands, always make sure to use caution. Check them out first. Make sure that you pull on them real good. They don't look like cracked dry rubber bands. If they do, you need to toss them out and get some new ones. Just so happens I know where you can get some, right here. But beside that, just make sure that you've got some bands at home that you can do this with. You could do it with some weights, but you're obviously going to make some changes. So today, Lawrence is going to be one wonderful model. He's going to show us how to do these exercises. So we're going to start off, that's awesome, with a chest press. We're going to use kind of a medium weight band. You could use 1 band or you could use 2. If you're using 1 band, it's obviously going to be a little lighter than 2 bands. So if you need more of a stretch, more of a work, then you want to do that. We're going to get in position here to where we have a really strong core. You're leaning forward into the bands, and you can use a door as an anchor point if you haven't used that before. We've got 1 foot in front just to give us a little more stability, and he's going to take both arms straight out to the front and right back in. So he's going to do that for 45 seconds as he goes now, and he's going to be putting his full effort into it. So keep in mind that even though we want to get a higher number of reps in, we also want that really great form. So what you'll notice is with the bands, he's not letting his arms snap back to the wall. He's not letting that band take over. We really want to make sure that we have control over the bands and our muscles are able to work through that movement rather than allowing them to snap back. He's doing an excellent job keeping his core nice and tight. So what we don't want to have happen is to waver in that core and start to arch the back and pull through the back. See a lot of motion through the body. We want to keep everything nice and stable and strong in the middle. And he's getting really close to that 45-second mark, but he's not quite there yet. Now what you would normally do at home is you come back after your rest here in a second, you do the same exercise again, and then rest and do it 1 more time. But for today, we're just going to make Lawrence go through it once because otherwise he might not be very happy about it. We kind of surprised him with an extra workout anyway. So he's going to go ahead and stop there. We're going to give him about 15 seconds to rest here. And then from that point, what we're going to do is we're going to go into a row. Now again, we can go with a single band or a double band. So single band, we would just hold both hands on the same band. Double band, we would have 1 in each. And again, you could use it with a handle or with a looped band. So he'll be taking the band back to a point. He's going to take both feet back. There we go. Just a little bit to where you can be on. Angles are always fun. So we're going to be here. He's going to have both bands in his hands. What he's going to be focused on, again, is that strong, stable core. And we're going to go ahead and pull back into that row. And as he does, he's going to be squeezing right here between the shoulder blades. So we can make sure and get that squeeze in, that the body is working in the right way. So as he's squeezing back, he's pulling the shoulder blades together. He's squeezing through the core. The body's not rocking forward and back. And again, he has really great control over that band. We're not allowing it to snap back to the front, but instead really focusing on that squeeze and pull. And he could probably even speed that up a little bit and get a little more out of it, just, you know, because he could. So we're going to keep the body nice and still through that movement. You could use some handles on the bands if you have those available, or you could use the bands themselves. We have some handles that we can clip onto these as well, so just some different options there. And he's doing great through this exercise. So again, you would do the chest press first for 45 seconds, then you would do the row for 45 seconds after your 3 sets on the chest press, and then we just have 1 more left on this combo, and we're going to go ahead and stop him short so we don't run this video too long, so you don't have to watch the whole time. So then we're going to take him through a heel kick run. So he's just going to run, kicking the heels backwards. And what we want to watch out for on this is that, number 1, the shoulders don't elevate, so they're not coming up into the ears. And that our knee is like it's hitting our thighs against a wall. So our heel is kicking backward rather than allowing the knee to come forward. And during that movement, our stomach, again, is locked in tight. Always having that core in tight is super important to protect the spine, protect the body. So as he's kicking back, again, 45 seconds. and then we would rest for 15. So we'll go ahead and let him stop there. Keep in mind we do 3 of the chest press, 3 of the row, 3 of the heel kicks, and then we do it go into that second combo, okay? So second combo is our reverse lunge. Now for a reverse lunge, we want a heavier band. So a lot of people don't like the heavier bands because they feel like they don't need to be lifting that much weight. Well, this is actually going to help to assist Lawrence here. So he's going to step inside the band, and we're going to place that band around the hips, and we're going to use this in an assisted rear lunge. Now we want to make sure that it's not up on the lower back, but rather down across the widest part of your hips pretty much. And he's going to find a point of resistance away from the wall here and step back into a lunge. So great big step back, and then coming forward again. Keeping great posture, keeping the core locked in tight, really keeping pressure against that band the whole time. He's holding onto the band, that's just fine. You can also do it with the arms out in front. If you wanted a little extra work, you could even hold some weights in your hands, but don't make it too complicated. We're trying to keep this short and easy because we know that everybody right now is going through a crazy time with April and May, and they just need some fast workouts. So we're going to be sure and get you something that doesn't have to be complicated to get you great results. So we'll go ahead and stop there, and that's an alternating back and forth on that lunge. So up next, what we're going to take it into is a forward facing lunge. What this is going to turn into is more of a single leg squat actually. And so we're going to step forward into that band where we've got some resistance. Wait. We're going to step forward into that band, and now all we're going to do is take one foot and we're going to tap it behind us. Just tap it on the floor, bring it back up, tap it on the floor. Good. So you want to maintain resistance on the band the whole time. So if the band slackens, you're in too far. We want to keep it to where we've got more of a focus on that quad, more of a focus on balance as we're tapping back. Really that front leg holds most of the weight, the back foot's just barely tapping. And we're reaching back in, so again, it turns it into a single leg squat rather than a full-on lunge. So this time we're working against that band as we're pressing up, and as you're pressing up, we're pressing those hips forward like there was a wall there, really pressing into that, making the body work harder. Again, stomach in nice and tight, shoulders down, great posture, just, you know, that 100 things that go on that list to make sure you do it. So we'll go ahead and stop there, and then after that we're going to take him into a mountain climber. No bands needed for this one. If you need to make it easier, we would take it up onto an elevated surface, but otherwise we just pull one knee into the chest and then the other, and we're going to run this. So we're going to go back and forth. You'll notice that the shoulders stay nice and level. They're not moving forward and back too much. You get a little rock, that's natural, but not so much that the whole body's shifting each time. You're locking in that core, and the other thing you'll notice is that he doesn't tap his toe at the front of the movement. So as he pulls the knee in, that toe stays off the floor. Why? Because it drives the knee further. We get more flexibility, more strength through the body, and we're able to quickly switch between feet rather than tapping and putting impact on that foot every time. Excellent job, Lawrence. Thank you. So if you would like some more help having some great workouts that make you feel great, sweat a little bit, get some awesome muscle tone, and burn off some fat in less time, you want to give us a call. 806-322-3188. We'd be happy to sit down with you for a consultation, go over kind of what we do and see if we're the right fit for you. Hope you got something great today. We'll talk to you soon.